Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl codenamed Chanel and I'm back, but I'm back with a story time, okay? And this story time is going to be on the time where I just met this guy and he took me and my best friend on a shopping spree. This guy online on a dating app and he took me and my best friend on a shopping spree. That's the story and I'm sticking to it because that is the story. So if you're new to my channel, get comfortable. Stay here. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like. Go ahead and comment what you think about this story. And go ahead and hit the notification bell below because it's lit, okay? And if you're a returning subscriber, then you already know. You already know the MO. You already know what's going on here. It's all love. So since it's all love, I love you guys. And thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. So if you're ready to hear this crazy, crazy story, how me and my best friend met this guy. Well, I met this guy. And he took me and my best friend on a shopping spree, true story, off my app, off my finesse. Then stay tuned. Okay, so once upon a time, I was lit. Okay, so I used to finesse full time. And when I say I used to finesse full time, this means like I didn't have a job. I didn't have a 9 to 5. I would just get money out of guys for a living. I know, not too bad. And I did it full time. I did this for maybe a year. Maybe I finessed full time a year. Maybe longer than that. It was a little minute. It was a hot little minute. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So I was finessing full time. So I was always on like dating apps because I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And I would always put in my profile basically, I don't want to date the poor. Okay? I always alluded that I only want to date the successful. The ones who want to spend money. The generous men who want to spend money. And I've been like this for a long time. I don't plan on changing. So, anyway, if you can get past that, if you get past the part where I finesse full time and I just want to get money and all my money and that's all I care about, then you can get through this story time. So, then this guy messages me. So, he's like, today's my birthday and I'm lonely. I don't know anybody. I'm new to Dallas. Like, could you please come, hang out with me? Maybe we can go to the mall or something, right? So I looked at his profile and I'm like, even in his profile says, today's my birthday. I want to go out with someone. I want to make today great or something like that, right? So I was like, scammer senses started going off. Like, this is a scammer. My scammer sensor started going off. This is a scammer and can't nobody tell me this is not, right? So I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going to deal with him or whatever. So he's like, he said today's his birthday. He said the date and everything. I'm like, scammer, whatever. I'm not going to reply back, right? So hours later, my friend calls and she's crying. This is my best friend. One of my best friends. I have about 3. But this is my best friend as a best friend. This is numero uno. She called me and she's like,
girl, guess what? And she's like, my boyfriend threw away all my clothes.
There's drama that's going on in her life. And she's like, he threw away all her clothes and she don't got nothing. I'm like, how did he throw them away? She's like, he literally threw them out of his car or something like that. And like, she has no clothes. He got all her clothes. I guess they got into an argument. He left, threw all her clothes out. Okay, this is what she's telling me. So I'm like, what the heck? He better pay to replace them.
She's like, no, I'm not talking to him. I'm done with him. Like, when I get my check, I'm just going to buy all new clothes. So
light bulb went off in my head. It was like, ding. Light bulb. I was like, hey, let me call you back. And she was like,
girl, I'm crying. And you gonna call me back? What kind of friend you are?
I said, let me call you back, okay? Let me call you back. So I hung up or whatever. And I decided, I text that dude back on POF. Yes, y'all, POF. It was the ghetto. That's the dating app I was using. I text him back and I said, hey, if you serious about spending money, I was like, if you're serious about hanging out for your birthday, FaceTime me. And I gave him my number. I gave him my real number. I said FaceTime me, right? So matter of minutes, he FaceTimes me, right? And he's like, oh, you guys, I'm winding my hair too, cause so he FaceTimed me. He's a decent looking guy or whatever. He's cool looking, whatever the case is. So he's like, I don't know anybody. It's my birthday. I'm super lonely. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, what's... Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're alone on your birthday. Chanel's here to save you. I'm here to rescue birthday boys who don't got friends, you know? So he's like, okay, well, can you meet me such and such? Like, and he named like a restaurant. I'm like, no, how about we just meet at the Dallas Galleria? Like, how about we just meet at the mall? Let's just meet at the mall. And he's like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I was like, could I bring my best friend? And he's like, what does she look like? I was like, she's cute. She's cute. Oh, yeah, bring her. Okay, so I called Dawn back, and she's still crying and stuff. Oh, my God, I think I just said my best friend name. Whatever. I called her back, and she's still crying and stuff, and she's like,
oh, you finally called me back? Finally decided to be a friend?
I'm like, girl, I got a lick. I got a lick for us to hit. I got a finesse for us to hit. Get dressed. I forgot. You don't got no clothes. Look, here, come over my house, put on some of my clothes. We finna go to the mall.
She's like, what? And she's like, Chanel, you always up to something. But okay, girl, I'm on my way.
So she come over to my house or whatever, she get dressed, we do our hair, blah, blah, blah. So I told her, I while I'm driving, you know what I'm saying, I'm driving to the mall, I'm letting her know, you know, the jig. I'm like, look, baby girl. It's, I told her, you know, everything that happened.
It's like, girl, this is a scam. This is a murderer we're meeting. He's gonna kill us.
I'm like, okay, you don't have no clothes. So you don't have no space to talk about who's a murderer and who's not a murderer, okay? So long story short, y'all, we meet him at the mall, walk towards his car or whatever, because, you know, I'm texting, walk towards his car or whatever. He has a nice car, like Maserati, nice car. So he makes money, but he's dressed like a square. You know, somebody who drives a Maserati would be dressed like a square, right? Because those are the people who really have the money to buy the car, right? So we get to the mall or whatever, and he's like, you know, you guys want to go get something to eat? I was like, yeah. You know, we sat down and we ate with him or whatever. And we ate at this restaurant in the Galleria. It's right by that little skating ring thing or whatever. We ate there. And, you know, we was ordering everything, ordering drinks, ordering that. And then I was like, you know what? Let's tell my best friend, like, let's go to the bathroom. I was like, okay, girl. So this is it. This is how you're going to get new clothes. All right. You need to break down and tell him that your boyfriend threw out all your clothes and that you don't have anything. And she's like, what, girl? No, that's going to scare him away. I said, no, I already feed what type of guy he is, okay? He is Captain Save a Hoe, okay? So you need to break down and tell him that. Just randomly, okay? We're going to have a conversation, and then you start crying, and then I'll explain it if you can't. Okay, booyah. We go back to the table. Having a regular conversation, right? We're having a regular conversation, and then my best friend starts crying, right? So once she starts crying, I'm like, oh, are you still sad about that? What happened earlier today? And he's like, what happened earlier today? I'm like, her boyfriend. He threw out all her stuff. Yeah, on the freeway. Yeah, and he peed on it. Like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, she literally has no clothes. She's been wearing my clothes for the past 10 minutes, right? He was like, that's horrible. I'm like, you know what? She doesn't want to bring it up. I don't want to talk about it. He's like, well, we're at the mall. I'm like, we are at the mall, aren't we? Darn it, I forgot where we were. Yeah, we are at the mall. He's like, well, does she want to pick out a few things? I'm like, friend.
My brother. Yeah, I'll pick out a thing or two. So,
you know, the first store we go to Macy's. We start grabbing stuff, little Nike track outfits, grabbing like sweaters and makeup. You know, Mac was in there. We was grabbing makeup. We was grabbing like literally everything. And then we get to the counter. I think the total was almost like $800. Almost like $800. He swiped his card. And he's like, is there anywhere else y'all want to go to? Yeah. Forever 21. Went to Forever 21. Swiped his card. Charlotte Russe swiped his card. H&M swiped his card. CBG swiped his card. Nordstrom swiped his card. Like, y'all, it was getting to like, it was thousands. Like, we had bags. Like, people were looking at us at the mall like we were crazy. Like, we had bags and bags and bags of stuff. Right? So, you know, we put the stuff in the car. The date is basically over. And I'm like, yeah, you know, nice meeting you. I hope you had a good birthday. Happy birthday. You know, deuces out, deuces and trays. We're going, right? he's like, you're just gonna leave me like this, lonely, after I spent all that stuff. I said, what do you want to do now? He's like, what is there to do tonight? The strip club. Let's go to the club. Let's go to the strip club. Let's go to the strip club. So my best friend, she didn't want to go. Like, she already had all her stuff. She just was done with the finesse. And she was like, you sure you're going to go alone? I was like, it's fine. So I went home. I changed or whatever. Met up with him again. We went to the strip club, you guys. He took out like $500 in once. It was just me and him, you guys. He took out $500 in one. He brought a section at Be Live. And we was just throwing money up. Throwing it everywhere. Living the high life. He had paid like $250 for a Hennessy bottle. You guys, it was just a fun freaking night. Like, it was lit. The dance was everywhere, the music everywhere. Like, people was like recording, like, oh my God, he got all this money. He only spent like $500 in there, but that's a lot. $5 strip club, that's a lot. You know, I used to dance. $500 a lot. So you know, we had a good time, whatever. Afterwards, and like we was texting. He's like, I really like you. I had so much fun. This was like the best birthday ever. You also really, I didn't see it as, oh, I finessed him and I got over on a guy. You know, I didn't feel like that, because at the end of the day, he seemed very happy. He loved spending time with me. Who wouldn't want to spend time with me? I didn't see it as like, oh, I just finessed him. Moral compass, whatever y'all say in my comments. I don't know. I can relate. You know, I was like, cool. Whatever the case is, done deal, right? Or so I thought. So the next day, he wants to hang out again. And he wants to go to the mall again. And I'm like, is this dude a scammer? But this time he wants to go to Grapevine Mall. So I'm like, okay, cool. Want me to bring my best friend again? He's like, no, don't bring her or whatever. Like, you know, I just wanted to be me and you. We were hanging out. I grabbed a few things. I didn't grab a bunch of things this time. Like, I grabbed maybe some handbags, some shoes out of the outlets. Like, nothing really major. I think we went to Tommy Hilfiger. I grabbed some things, like, whatever. And we're just chilling and we're just hanging out. And he gets a phone call. He's like, oh, wait, I'll be right back. So he answered the phone call, whatever, right? And he came back and he's like, oh, yeah, I got called into work, blah, 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 right? So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So for the next few days, I don't hear from him. Like, ever since he said he got called in for work, I don't hear from him, right? But then I get a phone call from his number, and I ignore it. And then I get a voicemail. And the voicemail, like, I hear, like, arguing in the background. Wait, this is weird, you know? But I don't call him back again. This time, the next time he calls, like, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, I'm going to answer it. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I figured that I would answer it. So when I answered the phone call, y'all, it was a female's voice. And she was like, hello? And she was like, do you know my husband? And then she said, she's like, do you know my husband, Nathaniel? I'm like, and I was like, he told me his name was Daniel, but yeah, I guess I know him. And she was like, well, I'm seeing all these charges on his credit card for, and she started naming all the places. And she's like, are you his mistress? I'm like, wait, who are you again? And she's like, I'm his wife. I'm like, wait, do you live in Dallas? And she's like, yeah, I live in Dallas. Like, why wouldn't I live in Dallas? We live together. We have a family. I just hung up. You guys, because I wasn't, what? Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense right now. Like, what? So I hung up. She calls back, and she's like, yeah, I seen the text messages. He says he loves you. Girl, because he was texting me, talking about he loved me, and he wouldn't spend the rest of his life for me. Well, dudes is trash. Dudes is trash. So, yeah, she's like, yeah, all that stuff needs to be returned. That's the only, I told him that's the only way that I'm going to stay with him is if you guys return all this stuff. If not, we're getting a divorce. Girl, that problem sounds too personal. That problem sounds too personal. I was like, first off, I can't return anything. Like, I was like, I'm not returning anything. And I was like, you know, first off, my best friend had her stuff, and she's not returning anything. Like, even if I wanted to, she wouldn't have returned it. Like, what? We already took the tags off of things. Like, it's been days, y'all. It's been like 3 days. So the tags have come off of some things. I gave some things to my sister, to my niece. Like, I'm not returning nothing. Like, what? So then I was like, you gonna have to take that up with him, boo-boo. I'm sorry, I don't got nothing to do with it. And then he sent this long apologetic text message talking about that's his ex-girlfriend and she's crazy and all this other stuff or whatever like that. And I'm like, I don't believe that one bit. Like, boy, block. So then she calls me from her phone and she's like, leave my man alone. You already maxed out all his credit cards. Stop contacting him. So I sent her a screenshot of what he said. I'm like, baby girl, he said you his ex-girlfriend. He not even claiming you as his wife. Like, I'm sorry, boo-boo, but like chill out at this point. Like, you making yourself look crazy and he getting on my nerves. He already blocked, girl. Don't worry. Whatever. And tell my best friend about all this stuff that's going on. She's like, girl, whatever. Like, she was like, if you want to return your stuff, return it, but I'm not returning anything, right? So at this point, I guess what people would call a moral compass came in. Because I felt like I'll return, my friend's not returning her stuff, whatever, and I don't blame her. But I will return the stuff that still have tags on it, the stuff that I haven't worn or whatever. Like, I will return it because maybe this dude is mentally ill and I did take advantage of him, whatever. You know, that was me having an ounce of sympathy. But literally, right when I have an ounce of sympathy, she sends me a text message and it's like this long, like, copy pasted macro that she probably got from Google saying that she's gonna sue me and my friend for manipulating her husband into taking us shopping, and that, you know, blah blah blah, and I destroyed a marriage and all this other stuff, right? So, when I was just about to have an ounce of fucking sympathy, right? Right when I was about to have an ounce of sympathy, my sympathy went out the window. Like, what? Like, girl, you're not even his wife. You're his girlfriend. He wanted to take somebody on a shopping for his birthday. He wanted to hang out with some pretty chicks for his birthday. And that was that, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how the story goes. That's pretty much it. You know, we didn't give none of this stuff back. Y'all, he was still messaging me talking about he was still in love with me and that he's still, that wasn't his girlfriend or anything, and like all this other stuff or whatever. Then, y'all, oh my God, this is so funny. Then again, you guys, he posted on, because I had deleted him off of POF, but then I had deleted my POF and made a whole new POF, so I was able to see his POF, and I seen that he was posting like different stuff like, oh, single, looking for someone who's interested in a man that would treat them right and all this other stuff, whatever. So really, he was just like a pay pig, you guys. He like spending money, being financially abused. There's some people who like that, okay? And he was one of them. And he clearly didn't want to spend it on his girlfriend. I don't know. None of my business. Never will be any of my business. But yeah, that was my story time on a $10,000 shopping spree with my BFF. And we still rocking till this day. And if you like my story time, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell below. And comment. Do you guys have some similar finesse stories? Let me know. I'm interested. As always, peace, love, and ratchetness. And follow me on social media. Codename Chanel is my Instagram. Chanel Kid Herb is my Snapchat. Again,
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.